Alright, let's get right into this. So, this video is going to be basically our plan for our main roster. You guys already know what it is. I can't really flash it on screen right now, but I'm kind of already halfway there through the goal. So I've already been doing this since we got a con released. And instead of pushing my 61580s to 1600, I've been doing this instead. So we're just going to get into it. I did a little bit of the math already for you. I just want to show you some of the references because, again, I like citing my work for this. I just want to point out that the other video way back when, it wasn't BS and it wasn't a ruse. There was real data there, and if you learned from it, fantastic. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. I will say that the bots are back in town, so the array problem might not be as bad as I thought, because if there's bots back, then that was kind of one of the solutions that we talked about. And you got to remember that at the end of the day, when I make these predictions, I make them on logical sums, and most of the time they're 100% dead accurate. But if the bots get released again and they start flooding the market with trade materials, that obviously will affect that. But anyways, let's get into this. So my plan moving forward for my main roster, because you guys are going to be seeing the other one, I took the data from these websites to get the gold amount. For Kyengel, I did cross 2 and 4, and I took the boxes out of them because it makes sense. You're going to be trying to get the wings. I didn't do that for a con, even though you're going to be buying the gates for a con, essentially. And I'm not going to get into that. And I obviously used max roll to get my costs. So anybody wants to call it inaccurate or whatever, I don't really care. Actually, I don't. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So the discrepancy here is going to be just like my time value thing, or how 1580 was a waste, and I'm going to title this one that going for 1600 is a waste on your 12 characters. I'm not saying it's a waste for one. Go for it on one character, but why it's a waste on 6 is here, right now, is what I'm about to show you. And I can show you the time value in addition, because I'm a fucking genius, and I mean this. First off, no jailing, no gatekeeping, no bullshit, no crap that you have to deal with on top of it. But let's just get right into this. So essentially, what you're witnessing, and let's take this down a notch. Yeah, we'll take it down just a little bit, right? Anyways. So good, though. So basically what we're saying is this top version right here, right? This top one up here, up top, is basically if I was to get 6 additional 1540s in the next 4 months versus... This is the exact same argument we made back in the day. That's why this is so fucking funny. And the cost was almost the exact same. Like it was 70k per or something like that. Versus 6 1600s. Okay? The reason I'm going to be doing this is I'm showing you math right here. Okay? We're just going to underline stuff. This is going to be one of the quicker versions of it. I don't need to make all of this long and etc. because I kind of already did the math and did the breakdown. Basically, why I'm saying that this is the better version is that you're going to have a time period here. This is your time chart. Okay, both of these time charts are going to produce about 2.5. It was almost perfect. 2.5 million gold. You don't believe me? Go do the math yourself. Essentially, what I did is I took this concept here. I did. You'd basically be able to do 80 level 7s. If you get 6 more 1540s in that 4-month time period, it'll cost you 456,000 gold. You'll be able to produce about 80 level 7s, which is about 800,000 gold. If you do 6 1600s, it's going to cost you 1.2 million gold. And you're only going to produce about 45 level 7s, which is 450k gold. And this isn't including the Guardians, the Fate of Embers. This isn't including all the other benefits that you're getting from Chaos Dungeons. I'm doing this for just raw gems, right? Assuming each level 7 is 10,000 gold to 7, which is also not true. But whatever, we're not going to get into that. Again, so that's the cost. It's going to cost you 1.2 million gold versus 1.46 million gold. Then I decided to add up the raids because both of these groups are going to be able to do the raids. Now, the group that does 6 1540s in addition is going to make basically the same amount of gold that this group would make from raids, except a little bit less. And I forget what the total was. Basically, I did it out, but I actually added these all up together, and I'm now realizing that might not have been the best decision. But the point is even with the raids, I did hard mode Kyengel, hard mode Brel 1 to 4 for both of these. They both had the exact same metrics except for a con. And the reason is because if you had 1600s, which again this wouldn't even be accurate because you'd be spending the next 4 months getting them to 1600, but whatever, we won't get into that. If you had 6 normal cons, you're getting about 624,000 gold, and the difference is pretty massive here. You get an additional like 330k gold if you were doing 6 hard mode cons. And I thought, I'll show this really quickly. I thought that number was crazy. Like, it's crazy. You get 10,000 gold from this. Like, that's a lot. That actually is a lot. And again, I didn't take out the fact that you're buying the chests here. I didn't think it was really relevant. And also you get the materials from it too, but just doing for the raw gold value, right? And showing you why this is just a better decision. Is at the end of this 4 months, right? We're going to say at the end of the 4 months here, you're going to want to have gold to be able to get 1600s because it'll be Voldis. And this is another opportunity where I'm saying you should sacrifice this release just like I did before, so you can be prepared for the next release entirely. And I'm saying that this, if you do this, you'll be able to have all of your main 6 characters at 1610 by the time Thameen comes out, which is my goal. And I'm going to show you how I can do that with a minimal amount of playtime and working a ridiculous amount of hours all week, every week, because I'm a beast. Like, comment, subscribe. Anyways, so the total cost is going to be about 2.5 million gold for both, or total production value. Even though this one's not getting as much gold from the icon, it doesn't matter because it's getting an additional 400,000 gold. And actually, in the actual math, I'll see if it's in the calculator. Let me go ahead and just pull this up on screen real quick. In the actual calculator, this was the 6 icon ready. So if you got 6 1600s, this is what you would produce. And then I think the other number was this one, 2.499. So you have 2.499 that you would get from this. So you actually get more gold. You get about 10,000. It's not really that much. You get about 10,000 more gold doing it this method. They came out really close, which is just crazy, right? We're going to X out of that. So anyways, but here's the massive difference is that in these next 4 months, the biggest difference here is that, one, the prices will go down on the icon materials, making it easier for you to get it if you wait the time. 2, the array of prices will probably go down. The market will be a little bit more saturated. But 3, look at the cost. Look at the cost. Look at the cost. This is what you're minusing here. 456k versus minusing 1.2 million gold. That is the difference in what you're going to be minusing gold-wise. At the end of this, what you're going to be left with is in this version, you're going to have 2 million gold left, and in this version, you're only going to have 1.3 million gold left. Here's why this is a better idea to do it the way I'm telling you to do it. If you do it the way I'm telling you to do it, you're only going to have 1.3 million gold left. If you do it this way, you're going to have an extra 700,000 gold on top of it. So you'll be able to, at that day, of the day of Voldis, basically, because you'll have 2 million gold net on top of what you've spent, you'll be able to essentially just still get your 6 1600s. That's the craziest part about this. So I'm not going to make this a long video. I am going to do one more aspect of math real quick, just for everybody. Is that now, let's say you wanted to go for 1610, which I think is one more tap. It's 2 more taps. We're going to move these because that's the cost that we're going to add to the top of it. Pull up the calculator. All right, we're going to say 182k. Or actually, we can't do that. We do need the whole cost, technically. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to do the whole cost to get the Thameen, because remember the whole goal here is to get you there by the time it releases, so we're just going to say an additional 4 months. But 388,000 times 6 characters, right, is 2.3 million. How much gold did we have left? Do you remember how much gold we had left with this? We had 2 million gold. So in the end of 4 months, if you follow this method of getting 6 characters additionally to 1540, you will actually be closer to hitting your goal of getting the Thameen than if you get these characters to 1600 right now. Baffling, isn't it? Isn't that absolutely baffling, crazy, insane, wild? So, now we're going to take 1.2 million off the top, right? Because that's exactly what we should be doing here, because it's going to cost you 1.2 million to get them up. So we're going to take 1.2 million from 2 million, right? What we're going to do now is we're going to assume that you made it to 1600, because that's the cost. So this is where you're at now, 1600. And now you got to do 252k. Alright, so 252 times 6 is 1.5 million gold. Do you know what's amazing about that? Do you know what's amazing about that? Is in these 2 examples, right? In these 2 examples, you're going to need 1.5 mil gold. 1.5 mil gold to get 1610s on 6 characters, right? To get 1610 characters. In this version, you don't even have enough. You don't even have enough. You're going to have 1.3 million gold left. I guess you do because you could get the extra additional 200,000, but you're producing less value now overall than this account was producing. Because we're going to add another 8 months on top of that, but these characters are already now set up. So you're going to do the exact same thing, but you're just going to multiply it by 2. Both accounts are going to produce 2.5 million again. Except the same exact thing is going to happen again. Both accounts are going to produce 2.5 million. 2.5 million. One account's going to minus 1.5 mil. Oof, I fucked up. Right, and you're going to get 1 mil left. essentially the end of it, and I kind of could have just did that math anyways. This other one that had 2 million gold is going to have 700,000 left. It's going to be a little bit less than the 1.3. It's going to be about 600,000 less than the 1.3. But the difference is that now, because you've waited, now you have the 1600s, you're going to be producing the same amount of gold as the second roster, 2.5 mil, except we're going to add to the top of that 350k, so you're going to have 2.5 mil. Why am I doing it like that? Except we're going to add 350k to it, so you're actually going to have 2855000. Why? Because we're adding the 800,000 from the level 7 gems that you get from that secondary roster, not including all the other crap that you get, to the top of the 450k essentially that you're getting. So it's 350k added to the top of that. So you're going to get 2.85 million. So you're getting an additional 355,000. You remember how much we're short? We're short 600,000. So you're already kind of almost breaking even with that initial point. But the difference is you have the same accomplishment as this player who only pushed 1600s, except you also have 6 1540s right behind it. Doing dailies, getting Fate of Embers, getting those loots, getting Chaos Dungeons, getting silver, getting all that other stuff, the most important content on the game, time value-wise, right? By doing this, you're going to be at the exact same point that this person's at, right? So now we're going to say you're producing 300,000 more in that same time period, right? And you both need 1.5 million. So you're going to say, add this to the top of the 700k, because that's what you'll have left after you level up the 1600s now. So we're going to add 700k, or what is it? It's 800k actually. So you got about 3.6 million up here. I'm going through this quick, so there could be errors in this, but I don't really think there is, because I'm pretty sure on what I'm doing. If you see errors, go ahead and correct it in the comments. It's not going to bother me, because I know that the math is so fucking true, because I already did it. I already understand that this principle is going to ride out true, and you're going to have more value building your bigger business on your account, and for the long term, this is the better option. 3.6 million gold in 8 months, assuming that, you know, Thameen is in 8 months. Right? And we're actually going to get rid of this. Not that it wasn't relevant, but it's not quite relevant yet. And then the second version is going to produce the exact same amount. They're not producing any excess value. So what they're going to get is 2.5 million. Or we're just going to say 5 million gold. Which seems like a lot more for some reason. Oh, no, because they're not getting 2.5 million. I'm sorry. They're going to get 250,000. 2.5 million plus 1.3 million. I did it again. 2.5 million. I mean, actually, I can do the math in my head if I'm being honest with you, but 1.3 million. 3.8 million. So they're getting 200,000 gold more. 200,000 gold more. And they're not producing as much value. So it's the same concept as a business. You've expanded your business in this top version. You've expanded your business. Right? In this top version. Or you know what? Let's do a star. You've expanded your business in this top version, and in this version, oh, motherfucker. In this bottom version, you didn't expand your business. You didn't expand your business. So now, you go another 4 months out, this account's already producing more value. You just do another 4 months on top of that, and this account's already producing more value than that roster. How do I know that? Because now they're not spending anything. They're at the same point, right? So we're going to say 3.8 million. 3.8 million. 3.8 mil. It is 200,000 more in 8 months. Both of these are going to minus the, what was the cost? I forget. Fuck me. Let's just go ahead and do it again. It was 252. No, please. 252,000 times 6. 1.5 mil. No, motherfucker. Why do you click out of it? Anyway, so it's 1.5 mil. We can kind of remember that. So both of these are going to minus 1.5 mil. These are really easy numbers to work with. We're going to have 2.1 mil left here. All 1610s. And this account's going to have 2.3 mil. All 1610s. The difference is this roster is going to have the 6 1540s behind it. So now we're going to go another 4 months forward after Thameen, just to show you how the value is just going to be 10 times better. Okay, and they're both at 1610 now. Both of these accounts, I just showed you how I can make it to 1610. The only difference is that this account's going to have 200,000 silver or 200,000 gold more than this account. Except this account has value in assets and properties, right? That this account doesn't, in physical properties. Here's the difference. We're going to go 4 months out, one more time. Now, I don't know what they mean, and I don't know what Voldite give us for gold, but we're not even going to count that because the equation is the same. The only reason the equation changes is because when Voldis comes out, they're going to swap in Brel probably for Voldis, but can I be completely honest with you? Brel is actually giving you more gold than Kyangel. So I don't know about all that. Like, that's kind of what's crazy is if they swap out Brel, it's actually not more efficient. That's the craziest part about this. But I don't even care what Voldis gives you because this player is still going to make it to Voldis in the 4 months and get those 6 characters to 1,600. The difference is instead of doing it now, they're going to do it closer to the release of it. So we're not going to get into that because the numbers won't change that much. As a matter of fact, it's not going to change that much. If you follow the scheme, I'm already almost there. I have 3 1540s. Like, I'm already almost there. I'm ahead of schedule. I might even go for some extra ones, to be honest. But anyways, if you go another 4 months out, in addition 4 months on that, we're just going to assume it's 2.5 million gold and 2.5 million gold being produced by both accounts. Again, except the difference is, why am I keep doing it like that? 25000. The difference here is that well, there's no difference, right? Yeah, there is no difference. Yeah, there is no difference. Literally, actually, it's not, I'm not going to even do the math for this because you're still going to be 200,000 behind. But the whole point is that, yes, you're 200,000 gold behind. That's it. That's it. That's it. So you accomplish the exact same thing as this bottom half player, except now your account is just producing more value overall. Or actually, no, it's not the same. I'm sorry, scratch that, because you're producing the same amount of gold as this other player now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 300 and... We have to even out the gold, essentially. So I have to add, basically... Yeah, okay, I see what I have to do. Because now this person is going to be doing hard mode Khan on top of it, and Voldike and all that. They're going to be at the same point as this player, so I basically have to just redo the math, I think I just have to add 350k to the top of this. Yeah, so I just do 2.5 mil plus 350k. All right. So we're going to add 350k to the top of that, which is 2.85 mil, which technically I should have already done when they were at 1,600. So technically, actually, you know, I didn't even realize this. They're not even 200k behind, actually. They're not even 200k behind. If we were to redo this concept, right? Okay, so I got a little confused there by the math, so we're going to do it again. We're going to go back out 4 months after Thameen now. So essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to take that 2.1 mil and that 2.3 mil, and we're just going to add it to another value, and this is where it finally breaks even. So in like 12 months, I guess, 8 to 12 months, you will basically repay the value. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2.1 million, or we shouldn't do it this way. Yeah, because that's what's left over. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to show you the gold value. So we're going to do 800k gold from the level 7 gems that you're going to be producing across, 12 characters. And actually, they're going to be producing more now because your 6 main characters will be producing more, but we're going to keep the values the same for now, right? We're going to add that to, essentially, we're going to add it to the bottom numbers now because they're now making 960k from a con, right? Because they now have the 1600s. You also get Voldite, but we're not going to do that. We're also going to do Hard Mode Brawl, so plus 720k, even though you wouldn't be doing that now. Then we're going to do Kyangel, 355k. Okay, so that's what roster 1 is going to be producing. And we're going to add that to the top of 2.1 mil. Because 2.1 mil is what you would have left after getting to Thameen. What was the number? 4.9 mil gold. And this is all going to happen at the exact same time. That's why this is so funny. 8 to 12 months. Right, for the return on value. Now we're going to do the second version. In this second version, let's go ahead and turn this down a little bit. In this second version, what you're going to be getting is you're going to be getting basically the exact same concept, except mine is 350k gold, but we're just going to do the math. Actually, no, it's 2.5 mil gold. I don't even have to do it out because I already did it. So 2.5 mil plus 2.3 mil, because that's what you had left over, is 4.8 mil. So you're already officially paying back your value, and you're 100k ahead of this player in the exact same time frame. There you go. Deal sealed, case closed. I don't need to say any more. If you want to argue it, that's perfectly fine, but that's what I'm going to be doing. I've done it in the past. I'll do it again. I keep showing you guys up, and I'll keep showing you up for the future. This is how you save time on your account. This is how you push into the time value aspects. This is how you become efficient. This is what you need to do. If you don't believe me, that's your problem, not mine. Anyways, check it out. Greatest roster in the entire game. Hit like, comment, subscribe. I literally have like the dopest dope roster ever. 4,500 hours on the game. And you guys have seen what I accomplished, right? I'm a fucking beast, guys. I'm a beast. I'm a fucking beast. There's no other person with a roster like mine. It's dope as fuck. Dopest dope I've ever smoked. And pretty soon you're going to be seeing me have all of my Steam purchases and stuff pop up too. So you'll see exactly how much I put into the game cost-wise. You'll see how many skins I bought, how many pets, and how many mounts. I'm a fucking animal. Get at me. Like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, so essentially that's what I'm going to be doing over the next 4 months. I've already kind of been doing it, actually. You guys have been seeing that in the Let's Own series. And I'll say that the value is definitely fucking there. The value is definitely there. This is proof that you're going to get the value back on the account in a reasonable period of time before the next pieces of content come out. And that's the goal here. When people are like, you're not going to get the value back for like a year. You're going to be playing the game for like a year. So I don't see what the problem is if it takes a year to get the value back. You need to be doing it based on the windows between content. And basically what I'm showing you here in all of this is that each one of these windows, you're staying right there with the player that just goes for his 6 main characters. You're right there. And the time value will be the exact same. How do I know this? Because technically, you could have went for 12 more 1540s instead of 6, and then the time would have been even. We've already proven in our time value video, and you can go check that out. Maybe I'll edit this and I'll throw that up somewhere, or I'll just put it in the end at the end cards. The time value video, I've already proven to you guys numerous times over that if you do what I'm telling you to do rested, that you will produce more value in 40% or 30% less of the time. So not only is this character going to catch up in 8 to 12 months, but they're actually going to play 30% less of the time to attain the exact same results. This has been another evolving mental moment, and I just want to say thank you guys to everybody who supported the channel. Big shout out to all of you guys for subscribing and joining the Discord, join the community Discord. This is indisputable math. It's phenomenal. And I'm sure people are going to be like, it's napkin math, and it's this, and it's that. You can do the math yourself, and you'll just find the exact same results. This is how you become a beast. This is how you expand your business. This is how you keep moving forward. This is how you increase your production, increase your resources overall, and play less at the game. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow my mentalities if you really want to have a great account. If you have 61580s right now, I tell you, and I tell you now, not to level them up to 1600, to wait until the week before Voldis. The week before Voldis, essentially. Or maybe not the week before, maybe do 1 or 2 at a time here and there. But I would genuinely recommend putting some time into some 1540 alts. For the Chaos Dungeons. Not even for the raids, that's the sad part. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Let's go! Yeah, public enemy, number one. When we mobbing, trouble in the streets, so we come with the squad. Public enemy, number one. And we mob, yeah, bring it along, yeah, bring it along. Mayday, 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 trouble on the way, wait. I want my revenge. Welcome to the payday. Hungry for destruction, crazy for the cray-cray. Better clear the exits, make a way to vacate. Ready to rage a riot, I wanna raise a silence, yeah, yeah. People the safe and violent is within a silent, yeah, yeah. They wanna make us quiet, breaking the cage of silence, yeah, yeah. They wanna make compliance, we gon' speak the science, yeah. Time to write a new code, let's let the rules go. Show them why they name us public enemy, Uno. Yeah, they say we ruthless, we savage, yeah. There's a method to the madness, yeah. They say we psycho, the baddest, there's a method to the madness. 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 Savage, yeah, but there's a method to the madness. gon' do it our way, never needed the kudos. Kill 'em with the chaos, only way that we do know. Lawless and ruthless, that's a dynamic duo. That we get the job done while you running your food home.